back to my bench. Today we have something that should be relatively easy to do. This is one of those pieces of radio station equipment that you see a lot of. This is called the Conex UM-33 amp, and they are pretty much, they're used a lot. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 4 of them. And what their job is to take 8 inputs, which are wired up back here, and put them out through either a direct output here, a buffered output over here, or through some speakers, internal or external speakers. Knock at the door. Anyway, so you got your inputs back here, your different kinds of outputs back here, and your inputs are selected by little push buttons on the front, and you have volume control for left and right here, and here's your speakers here and here, and you have a choice between stereo and mono. Plug in a set of headphones, you have a switcher between speaker and headphones, and your calibration for +20 and 0 and +20 and 0 on left and right. So you can use this thing sort of as a fair indication of what your output level is, if you know what your input level is. Have not figured out what those in and outs are for over there. I've never used them. I'll look them up. And then you've got an oscillator, built-in oscillator on the thing for 40, 400, and 7500 hertz, and oscillator gain control. So that's basically what this thing is. Well, this one, we'll plug it in, and I'll show you what it does and doesn't do. This thing was in service since 1984. Alright, so when I plug it in, I got a couple LEDs over here, which says P, and that just means the power is on. And nothing else, of course, because it's nothing coming to it. So I got to find a cord. What do I need? Alright, I found a cord to plug into the little function generator over here. Turn it on, get a couple of clip leads, and we'll take it into input number 1. And this is a really hokey way of doing it, but I don't happen to have anything like this. This stuff's all wired. It's not, there's no plugs going to these. Alright, so put it on speaker. Give me a little output. For channel 1. Alright, now, if we look here, we got some level. It says that we're at -3. And we'll turn it up, and we're still at -3. Now, if you notice the lights here, turn that down, that's annoying. If you watch the lights, can you see those? There. Yeah, okay. When I turn it up, here, turn it down, turn it up, I get to about -5 on the left side, which is this one here, and I go up past that, and it starts at point -3, -1, and then it kind of jumps a little bit and jumps right over to +1, where I'm at +1, and half of all the lights light up at +1, +3, +5, and +8. Well, that's one of the problems. These guys don't work right, and there's 12 of them there. The other thing that doesn't work right is if I turn the oscillator on with this push button, crank it up, nothing. I got no internal noise. I should have, this should be showing me noise. So no matter what channel I'm on. So let's take a look at it and see what's wrong with it. There's the insides. It's a pretty simple little device. There's not a whole lot to it. Got these speakers on these little baffles over here, pointing out the front. Push buttons over here. This is the push button for your oscillator, your test oscillator. These are your output amplifiers right here. They're little 2 watts, I think. They are a TBA 810CB. I'll put up a picture of what that is. TBA 810CB. Can we get in far enough to see that? Yeah, right there. Okay, those two. It's got a 7815 over here and a 7915 over here for your 2 power supply voltages, and power transformer over here. It is center tap, but they're not using it for that. What else has it got? What is that? Some sort of coil. I don't know. We'll have to look in the schematic and find out. Anyhow, so what do we see here? Here's your ICs. This is a I can't really see it. What is that? It is a 4136 CP. This is an ECG 97, and this is a 4136 ECG 997. So it's been replaced, and nothing in there. This is U1, that's the oscillator. So we don't have an oscillator. Well, it just so happens that I got on eBay and looked around and found some new old stock. I believe they said they were new old stock. We'll find out. 4136s. Come on, baby. You can do it. Right there. 4136s. And that's what all 3 of these are supposed to be. So we're going to let's see, little dots up here on this side. The reason I know this is an oscillator is because, see this little light there? That little bulb right there? Well, that means that is a relaxation oscillator, because that's what uses bulbs like that. Alright, so these are clean. Made in Singapore. Says TI on them, but the bottom says RO41, I don't know, some number. Anyhow, let's plug this in and see if it works. Ooh. Boy, those are tight. It's in right, on the right side. Okay. See if we make a crater. No crater. Ha 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 ha. There we go. Looky there. Good. So we've got relaxation oscillator here. Okay. So that's good, but we're still getting the same thing happening on that left channel. I mean, it seems to be about right, except when it's trying to access all 4 of those lights at the same time. As soon as it hits that 0 dB level light, it jumps over to there, and these other three start to go out. So I think I know what that is too. And again, I went off on a hunt. Now, these were a little different. Right here, these guys. The chips in this are, bring it up here if I can find it. These chips are XR2278 CPs. Right there. Those are made out of unobtainium. Yes, you're not going to find those anywhere that I can. Well, I did. I found one in Germany, I believe, and the guy wanted $40 for it, for a good reason, I guess, because you can't find them. And the reason that they're hard to find is if you look at it, it's driving 12 LEDs. Well, everything we got now drives 8. It doesn't drive 12. So I did a little bit of research, and I went on to DigiKey and their little parametric search engine, and finally found one. I found one that was drove 12 of them and has exactly the same pinout and voltage requirements. And it is an ROHM. It's a Rohm BA682A. Well, DigiKey didn't have any. They're out of stock. They don't even stock them anymore. So, So I did a search for this on eBay again, and I found two for $5 a piece. We're going to see if this works. I'm about 80% sure it'll be okay. About 80. That is one interesting way of wrapping these things up. How am I... Knife time. Just got to open one end here, but that ain't going to happen unless I open up, take this whole mess off. All right. So, there we go. Kong, you can do this. Yep. BA 682A. Now, all we got to do, see if it works. And it's over here. Power's off. And I don't know which one of these is which. I'm going to pull that loose for now just so I can get in there. So I'm going to take a guess. And I'm going to say this one. You know, it's one of them 50-50 deals. So it's bound to be wrong. You know, when you get up in the morning and you're blurry-eyed and you can't see what you're doing, had too much to drink last night, put on your t-shirt, you got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. You won't get it right. It'll be wrong. All right. Fortunately, these things are in sockets. Unfortunately, there's a capacitor in the way. Come on. Get the greenies. Rack. I have to do it a little less elegant way here and rock it out. Okay. I did not do that. I did not do that. And that was hidden down on the bottom. I wonder what that goes to. Well, shall we? What the? Yeah, this is a 2278. It has not, and it is an original one. I didn't actually bother to take this out. All I did was look at the front and say, well, that looks like a reasonable thing to think of. So maybe I don't need these, but I can put them back in the parts bin. So let us put this thing back in here, or try to. Tight fit in there. I don't want to have to take the whole mess apart. That's the big deal. Because this little board is screwed down to the front. And it's got a voltage regulator screwed onto it also. So if I can... okay. I can get these pins bent back in shape, and we'll see if it works. We're still going to try that ROHM Rome, that Rome version, to see if it works in here too. But I want to see. I can't believe this thing's been sitting like this the whole time. It cannot have been bad since 1984. I went away from this place in 1990. Yeah, 1990, to go off and study computers, because I knew they were going to be the way of the world. I was right. And when I came back in 2001, 2002, this thing is still in service. But I'll tell you, I don't remember it not working when I left. I think I would have noticed that. Okay, so that guy's back in, and it is in the right direction. So let's turn this back on. No. Didn't seem to help. Okay. Let's see. I think. I mean, that might not have been abused a good pin. I don't know. Let's pull this other one out here. And find out which lights don't light. Okay. Alright, so I picked the wrong chip to begin with. Evidently that pin's not needed. Alright, so here's the Rome. Let's put it, or try. I tell you, these are not pulls. These are brand new. The pins are still flared out just ever so slightly, like they are when you get them new. Crud. It would be the one that's hard to get to. It would have to be, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that just be the rule? Okay. That felt good. Alright. Is it in there right? Nope. Yep, it's in there right. Let's turn it. Aha! Look at that. It didn't help. So we got us something else. However, the chip works, and it works just like the other one did. Now we got to find out what's wrong with it. Well, it's got some tantalums on there. Suppose they could be, one of those could be bad. That switch is not going to be bad. I don't know. Okay, well, let's take her out of here, I guess. Why is it the easy things take art? This might actually be easier to take out than I thought. I just looked at it before I did this. Unplugged you. And there we go. Well, there's our adjustments right there for 0 level and minus and plus 20. And there's our LEDs. We know the LEDs are okay. Well, let's look at the schematic. Well, let's see. The LEDs are driven off of there. You got your input adjust. We know that's working. We've got a tantalum there. And pin 4. I think we're going to have to get the sheet for this ROM BA682 and find out why it's not driving those right. I'm going to say offhand that maybe this tantalum's bad. I don't know. I'm gonna go get a sheet and look this thing up and find out. I'll be back. Okay, welcome back. I started messing with this thing a little bit just because I went and got the sheet on this, and I started tracing it out, and there's really nothing else there that's going to change. It's just all internal to the chip, and I did one of these things that's not like the other comparison on either side, and it just seemed to work fine. The voltages were great until I got to pin 10 up here, which would be the first of the 4 lights on the second bank, which is what we were seeing. Those 4 lights in that second bank wouldn't come on. Well, some of them would come on. And then I noticed that this last one never came on. So I said, well, okay, maybe I'll take a look at it. And I went and basically I just went and touched it. And it went flash and came on. Oh, okay. So I looked around a little bit, and I'll show you what I found. Bring it down into here a little bit. This right here, that's the one. These 4 are the ones we're talking about. And this one never lit up until it went kind of flash and just came on when I touched it. Well, I said, okay, maybe it's a bad LED. I said, what the heck? And everybody's taking out LEDs, so I took it out, and when I did, this pad, there's a trace that runs from here over to here, and this pad just sort of fell off with it, and it's somewhere on the soldering iron, or it was. It's gone now. It's really, really tiny and really, really fragile. So I just soldered it back onto there, and now where are we? Yeah, I don't have it plugged in right. But now if you look at it, it's not adjusted exactly right. Let's see. Let's take this one, no, it's this one, and pull him right up to that one there. Is that right? So, quite. This is the way you adjust them. All right. It's off just a shade. Okay. And my connection over here isn't all that great either. So, anyway, that's what it was. That's busted solder joint on the thing right there. And the reason we just died here is because of that. Alright. These things may be nice, but they're kind of fragilely put together. As my boss says, fragile. Must be Italian. Alright. And that, basically, this just hooks wire-wise right, just attaches right to that pin. They didn't bother to put it in anything. They just put it right there. That's cute. Just laid it down and attached the pin to it. Okay. That's pretty close. It's off a little bit, but when I get it back in the rack and turn it on and feed it a known level, I can do that. But there we go. So it's basically busted trace on the back, right back here. Wow. All that for nothing. However, we did prove one thing. We proved that if you have a bad 2278 CP, right there, which it's not, that one's okay, you can use a BA 682A ROHM, R-O-H-M, BA 682A. It works just perfect. So, well, we proved that part anyway. That's good. Hey, thanks for watching, and give this a thumbs up if you like it. That was that was okay, I guess. It's a fix is a fix. Anyway, and don't forget to subscribe. Till next time.